with the surface area. I think I'm going to show these both so that we just don't get confused. Okay, so here is a box. Okay, it's a rectangular prism. It's a box. Now, surface area, I don't know what just happened. Don't ask me. It's because I'm moving the chat and doing everything all at once. There we go. Okay, so surface area, our definition, it's the outside area of the prism. Now, if you look here, we have a box, okay? So if I say surface area, I mean, I want to know the area of all of the faces of this box. How many faces does this box have? Do we know? There we go. So surface area just means take all of those areas and add them to 1. But we don't have to work those areas out one by one. If you look here, this is a net of a rectangular prism, okay? That means if you unravel, I'm really struggling to find the word of what you're doing to this shape. If you unravel the shape, this is what it will look like, okay? So, yes, but not all of them, Abu. Let's look here. So the shape at the bottom and the one at the top are basically the same thing. But if you look here, the back shape, so the triangle at the back, there we go, opposite faces, is exactly the same as the one in front. So if I work out the area of the rectangle, I just said triangle again, didn't I? I felt myself. Where's Miss Simone? Okay. This time I caught myself. Rectangle. So the rectangle at the back, I was like, wait. And I caught myself the second time I said it. I was like, it's exactly the same as triangle. And I'm like, wait, no. Rectangle. The rectangle at the back is exactly the same as the rectangle in front, right? So if I work out the area of the rectangle at the back, what can I just do to find the one in front? I can just times by 2 because there are 2 of them. Do you guys agree? So I can find the area of this one. Let's call it rectangle C as they have labeled it for us. And I can just say rectangle C times 2 will account for the 2 front and back rectangles. Nice. Now let's go to A and B. A and B are the left and right rectangles. Left and right. Okay, they are also the exact same rectangle. So if you find area of A, you can multiply area of A by 2. Okay, I'm highlighting them to show you which ones are the same. And then finally, we have the rectangles at the bottom. So E is at the bottom and F will be on top. Those areas are exactly the same. So therefore, that's where the formula comes from. Okay, that's where the formula comes from, because let's look at this original rectangular prism here. For the area of the front rectangle, using the variables that I have already put there, what would you say is the area of the front rectangle? Okay, area is, so area 1 is, what would you say is the area of the front using these variables? So L and B and H. So working with the one in front. No, for this one. You are correct for the one at the bottom. I'm talking about this one that doesn't have dimensions, guys. This one. Length times, thank you, Abu. So area 1, which is the green one, would be length times height. Now area 2, which is the one at the top. So this one, what would you say? Yes, I'm just trying to decipher why it's length times breadth times height times this. Okay. So this one at the top, it would be length times breadth. Thank you, Abu and Tammy. This one is length times breadth. Now, what about the one on the side, which would be area 3? This one over here. The dimensions would be breadth times height. But we said there's 2 of each. That's where the 2 times the length times height, and 2 times the length times breadth, and 2 times the breadth times height come from. Yes, Saneliso, beautiful. Okay, because there's 2 of each of these rectangles, we multiply all the individual areas by 2. So before you guys screenshot, let me color code first. Okay, so area 1 is the one in front, area 2 was the one at the top, and area 3 is on the side. While we screenshot, thumbs up, thumbs down, do we understand where this formula comes from? I know it's easy to learn the formula as is, but if you understand it, then there won't be questions to confuse you. And there are some spicy questions at the bottom, so make sure you understand what I'm saying right now. You need to understand where it comes from instead of just cramming the formula. Thank you very much, Abu, and thank you for participating, guys. Okay, so there's our formula. Twice L times breadth plus twice breadth times height plus twice length times height. Okay, there. Now let's quickly work out the surface area of this shape that we have in front of us. Okay, so once again, there's my formula. It's right there. And nicely, so nice of them to write for us which one is length, which one is height, and which one is the breadth. So in this case, you just substitute. So surface area equals 2 times length times breadth plus 2 times the breadth times height plus 2 times length times height equals. Okay, before you go to the final answer, I need at least one more step after this. So I want you guys to say 13 times 5 times 2 and tell me how much it is. 2 times 5 times 7, tell me how much it is. And 2 times 13, thank you very much, Abu, that would be correct. There is a very specific reason I'm asking you to do this, okay? Obviously, the step before this, you have to write the actual formula, okay? You're not allowed to just start writing because I don't know where this would be coming from. So the first step before this would be this. 2 times breadth times height plus 2 times length times height. Okay, first one. Yes, thank you. So the first one is twice 65 plus twice 35, I think. Plus twice, what's 13 times 7? Something like 91, I heard. What's 13 times 7? Yes, 91. And then, of course, 130 plus 70 plus 182. Therefore, the surface area is 300. It's okay, Gwezikazi, welcome. 82. Our units were given as what? Let's look carefully. Our units. Look at our units on the sketch. There we go. So it's meters what? How many dimensions did we multiply? Not add, multiply. Look here. 1 length times breadth. That's 2 dimensions. Breadth times height. That's 2 dimensions. Length times height. That's 2 dimensions. So it is what? It is meters squared, guys. Area is always squared. Look here, guys. I know we are adding. So these are adding. You're separating terms, right? But look in every single area calculation. We have length times breadth, which is only 2 dimensions, right? So that would be meters times meters, plus another meters times meters, plus another meter times meter. Meter times meter is meter squared. And then meter times meters is meter squared. And again, meters times meters is meters squared. So remember, 2 dimensions, meters squared. Yes, in volume, we're going to multiply 3 dimensions, and that's where the meter cubed is going to come from. Thank you, Tammy. Okay, so I think that wasn't as bad. Now, let me show you why I wanted you guys to write the in-between steps as well. Okay, let me show you. Here. So you're going to get a mark for knowing the formula, né? and a mark for substitution. So if you skip the substitution part and you make a mistake, let's say you wrote 75 instead of 65, there goes all your marks. So you have to have marks for substitution so that even if you make a mistake somewhere in the middle, you don't lose the substitution marks. And then of course the one for the final answer. So okay, and Dinalo, welcome, welcome. Okay, screenshotters, this is your time to shine. If there are any questions, now's the time to raise your hands and ask. For everyone who was late, we're doing surface area and volume, but so far we have only touched on surface area. Okay. Right. Okay, we should be done. Now let's talk about volume and capacity. What if we did not times 2 first? I don't understand what you mean, Narisha. So where would you times 2? Do you eventually times 2 though? The point is you have to times 2 because there's 2 of them. I know some people like taking the long route. Like you'll say bottom plus top plus right plus left plus back plus front. You're going to add all of them, then that's fine. As long as you account for all of them. Okay. Now we are doing volume and capacity. Okay. Now, volume, I'm going to start with volume, is the amount of space a three-dimensional shape takes or occupies. So if you were to get a box, let's say you ordered stuff, like I am so addicted to ordering clothes, guys. Let's say you order a bunch of stuff. You want to know how much space this box will take in your boot. Okay, so that would be the volume of that box. Now, let's say I was to line up papers in this box. Okay, I'm going to line up the first one at the bottom here. Whoop. Okay, and then I have to line up a second one on top of this one. Okay, now the colors are going to overlap. It's going to be terrible, but you guys get the point. There, and then after that, I'm going to line up another one over there. So volume is basically how many of these papers can I stack into this box? Okay, so first, the paper is going to fill the bottom of the box, isn't it? Right? It's going to fill the bottom of the box. So the bottom of the box, what's the dimension of the bottom of the box? What is the dimension of the bottom of the box? Formula B area of the base times height. That is correct. That is correct, Nipo. And in this case, our base is a what, Nipo? Our base is a, no, it's not a square. But you are close though. It's a rectangle and you are correct. That would be base times length. It's a rectangle, okay? So first, your paper is going to fill the bottom of the box before you start stacking them going up. So volume will be area of the base times the height. Okay. So look there. In this case, you said our base is a rectangle. That's why the part where it says area of base, we have length times breadth. Do you see that? Because that's how you work out the area of a rectangle, isn't it? Yes, it is. So let's see. Okay, before we see, never mind. We're not seeing it. We're going to talk about capacity. We're going to talk about capacity first. The difference between capacity and volume. I saw someone ask that in the chat. So capacity is a space inside. So volume is how much space does the box take. Capacity is how much can I fill inside the box. So if I was going to pour water in this box, let's say I wanted to pour water, I want to know how many milliliters am I going to get into this box. These are our two conversions that I need you guys to know. They are the easiest conversions in the history of conversions because look here, guys. 1 milliliters is the same as 1 centimeter cubed. So if I say my volume is 20 centimeters cubed, the capacity is going to be how many milliliters? The capacity is going to be how many milliliters? Now, if I have 20 centimeter cube, if 1 milliliters is the same as 1 centimeter cube, then it's 20 milliliters. That's why I say you literally are just changing the unit. You don't even change the number. You don't multiply by anything. And then if I say my volume is 1,72 centimeters. Nope. Nope. 120 meter cubed. Then my capacity will be what kiloliters? It's very hard to change the units. Wow. It will be 120 kiloliters. Guys, these are literally, you're just changing the units. You just need to remember that centimeter cubed goes with milliliters and meter cubed goes with kiloliters. Oh, you guys are terrible. I like the sarcasm. So that's the difference between capacity and volume. Now let us practice with the same bokoso that we had here. I want the volume and capacity of this box. Okay, let's start with the volume. Volume is area. Click on area. It is area of base, but volume, what's the formula for volume? Thank you very much, Abu. Length times breadth times height. So we have, what's the length of my box? 13 times 5 times 7. So what's my volume? What's 13? Thank you very much, Tammy. 455 watts. Let's hear unit now. We're back to unit. Meters cubed. So remember what I said about the 3 dimensions? Look here. The reason it's meters cubed, it's because we are multiplying 3 dimensions. So it's a meter plus a meter plus a meter. So that's how we end up to 3 of those. Okay, so now convert this to capacity. Are we going to use milliliters or are we going to use kiloliters? Are we going to use milliliters? Kiloliters, right? Because it's in meters cubed. Why would we want that stress? Thank you. So it's 455 kiloliters. Woo! Thumbs up, thumbs down. Volume and capacity. Do we understand the difference? Do we understand the conversion? Are we good? Nice, Narisha. I'm glad you can see now. Let's have a thumbs up, thumbs down, fire around quickly. I only have 5, 6, 7 thumbs up in a class of 9. Okay, wait. 89 of you guys. Come on, guys. I need you guys to put your back into this. Yes, Tristan. Hi, Tristan. You may unmute.
Oh no, sorry ma'am. Press the wrong button, ma'am. My bad.
All right.
Sorry, ma'am.
It's all right, Tristan. Okay. Now, we understand, right? So I want the surface area and volume of this shape. Just this one. Forget about the one at the bottom. Let's just do the volume and surface. Actually, I like the one at the bottom. Don't forget about it. I like this one better. I like this one better. Okay, for those who might not see properly. What's the first problem? Thank you, Abu. You have pointed out the first problem. It was the same problem in the other one as well. Thank you. We have different units. Okay. So now let's change it to more realistic units. Abu says, I want to convert it from millimeters to centimeters. You know what I recommend? Convert it to milliliters. Millimeters. Because then you will have whole numbers and not decimals. You understand? So if I have 30 millimeters here, how many millimeters do I have over there? 1.6 centimeters. For everyone who missed, thank you, Abu, for all of them. 16. Oh, where's my pencil? Teka-tekish. This is 16. millimeters, and that is 12 millimeters. Okay, so I prefer to do this because then they're all whole numbers. Then we're not multiplying decimals and, it becomes complicated. Okay, let's start with surface area. Surface area. Before we even go anywhere with surface area, tell me which one is my length? Out of the 30, the 12, and the 16, which one is my length? My eyes hurt. The 30. So your length is over here. Okay. And what is my breadth? Remember, Sanali, so length is left to right. Okay, breadth is usually front to back. There we go. So it's 16. See, I think this makes it a little bit easier to remember. And then height is up, down. So height will have to be 12. So if you guys are confused which one is which, length left to right, breadth front to back, and height up, down. Wonderful. So let's go. Let's go for my formula for surface area. Let's go in the chat. I know you guys know it. I want to see you write it as many times as possible. Remember, first step. Okay, Miss Simone, well, okay, it doesn't help that I tell her that, does it? I think I'm getting old. Oh my goodness. Remember, Michael, not volume, surface area. Ooh. Surface area, so the areas of all these shapes. Remember, area means we're multiplying 2 dimensions, not 3. Thank you, Tammy. So it's 2 times length times breadth plus 2 times breadth times height plus 2 times length times height. If you forget it, just know everyone must be multiplied with everyone. Okay? Make sure you multiply length with breadth and with height. Check, we've done it. Breadth must be multiplied with length and height. We've done it. Height must be multiplied with length and breadth. We've done it. Chai, klar, done. Okay, now let's substitute. Twice my length is 30 times 16 plus twice 16 times 12 plus twice 30 times 12. Okay, I see a question. I'm going to be there just now. Ma'am, so what happens when you write another method in test, but you still get same answer? That's fine, Filani. That means you understand it even better, actually. Because I know some people just want to do the areas of each separate rectangle and then add them. That's how I used to do it when I was in school because I didn't quite grasp this formula. So if you want to say, let's say you have 6 areas and you're adding them, then that's fine. So you say this area, plus this area, plus this one, plus this one, plus the bottom, plus that. And you get the same answer. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay, that's fine also. Okay. Can you say surface area? That's also correct because that means you took out a common factor of 2. So instead of writing 2 100 times, you take out as a common factor and then you say length times breadth plus breadth times height plus length times height. No, you won't lose marks, Andrea, as long as you write down what you did. So Andrea, what I used to do is say, maybe say area 1 equals, and then I'll write the dimensions, maybe 30 times 16, and then work it out and then say area 2. As long as you write down what you were doing, you can't just write an answer and nobody knows where you come from. And then I'll have like area 3, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, I'll say, therefore, total surface area, and I will add all of them, and I would still get the marks. Okay. There are a lot of answers going on here, so I'm not sure which one is which one. 20, excuse me, 64 millimeters squared. Whoo. Okay, and then volume. Formula for volume. My eyes are going blurry. What's the formula for volume of this shape? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nipo. Length times breadth times height, which is 30, excuse me, times 16 times 12, and that gives you 5760 millimeters cubed. And since we did conversions actually, I want you guys to convert the surface area into centimeters squared using my conversion. Remember, we converted them before we used them. Do you see here on the sketch? It says 16 millimeters because they were not in the same unit. So I am going to have a bonus question over here, and I want you guys to give me the surface area in centimeters cubed. So then again, remember we have 2064 millimeters squared. So to go from millimeters to centimeters, oh, thank you. Whoever admin is, please change your name so we don't call you admin. So okay, let's first say from millimeters to just centimeters. How would we have gone there? Nice, Tammy. Nope, Tammy forgot something. Actually, we all forgot something. Admin was almost there and Tammy was almost there. How do I get from millimeters, just millimeters to centimeters, guys? We divide by 10. Now, millimeters squared to centimeters squared, we divide by 10 squared. Do we remember that? There we go. And how much will that be? 2064 divided by 10 squared. Thank you very much. 20.64 centimeters squared. Ooh, that was a nice practice, wasn't it? Nice, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down for this question. If you have a question, this is now this is the time to ask while you guys take a screenshot. Remember, the original conversions count, you just add a square or a cube according to the unit. So if we were going to convert volume, then we were going to divide by 10 what? We were going to divide by 10 what? If we wanted to convert the volume, which is in millimeter cubed, thank you, Tammy. We were going to divide by 10 cubed. Nice to know. Hey, are we good? Desmarie is like, Egesbaya Hut. Guys, how can we already be at the brain break? We're only halfway through. Okay, but it's fine. Because I know what's coming after this. Let's have a brain break. Let's have a brain break. It's okay. Okay, Amoni's head just went up like in 1 second. What do you mean, ma'am? Ah, guys, me, I must challenge you guys. What do you mean? Amoni, are you ready? Hello, you may unmute.
Hi, ma'am.
There we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather go on a hot air balloon or on a boat in the sea?
I'd rather go on a boat in the sea, honestly.
What is wrong
And what
with
if the balloon pops?
you guys?
So what am I gonna do?
Imagine a bird flies in through it. It's okay,
No, I'd rather
guys.
have a Titanic part 2.
Someone in the other class said, imagine you're in the sky in a basket. Only thing keeping that thing going is fire. Guys, it's too risky. I would also be on a boat. I'm sorry. I would choose a boat any day, guys. I don't care. I'm not going on a hot air balloon. Sia, are you ready?
Yes, love, I'm ready.
Okay, Sia, would you rather not clean the bathroom or not clean the kitchen for 2 whole months?
I'd go for bathroom.
You wouldn't clean the bathroom, but you want to clean the kitchen.
Yeah, once I kitchen, if I don't clean it, there's a chance that it might attract cockroaches, and then they might get all the food, and I'll be able
And
to
then all
eat
the
it.
food has mold. Guys, when I say don't clean the kitchen, I mean leave the dishes as is. Like they must just keep piling for 2 months. Woo!
I could be.
I would just die. I would actually die. How do you prepare food in there? Oh my goodness. Oh my. Imagine the cockroaches. Oh my gosh. Ooh, ooh. Imagine you see things moving there by your plates. And your plates while they're sitting here because there's something lurking in there. I would not be able to deal. I'm sorry. Eletobuhle is like, you know what? I'm still at the boat thing. Sharks. Kubo, are you ready?
Hello, ma'am.
Oh, are you ready for your question?
Always.
Would you rather become a donkey or a turtle?
Oh, my donkey, ma'am. You like that donkey from Shrek? Yeah, he's my inspiration.
Annoy people, sis.
Yeah, ma'am.
Someone in the other class said I would just kick people for no reason. Just what?
Real.
Whoops. Guys, turtles are slow. And they live, imagine living for like 200 years and you've barely moved. No ways, guys. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Donkeys have like a personality, you know? Kick people, just be like, whoops, I didn't see you there. Just, yo, guys. Yo. Guys, being a turtle is so nice. If you just want to sleep, as Tandolo said, you just sleep right where you are. Imagine not having to go home. You are home. Where you are, you must just, yeah. Yo, Tandolo too. Are you ready for the last one?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you rather eat only cookies for dinner or for breakfast?
For breakfast, ma'am.
Hey, Tando, you wanna come to my class hungry? You'll be fainting there. Hey, I'll be asking Tando, what's the formula for surface area? Okay. Hey, what must I do with you? Guys, imagine having a first period of maths and you ate cookies. I never. You guys are abusive to teachers.
Yeah, ma'am. But they have sugar in them, so
Sugary ones.
yes, and you can have like
You can have a sugar high in my class, Tando. Me, I'm gonna tell you to take a walk, a very long one.
Okay.
Then it's like, okay, nah. When I see someone with energy in my class, like, don't you want to take a walk? Take your time, just walk, just let it out, burn it out. Whoo, okay. Are we ready for the next section of our lesson? Of course, guys, we want to be ready for our, exams. So I must, yeah. I must, yeah. So let's find the missing dimensions. So we have here a rectangular prism with a height of that and a breadth of that and a surface area of that. And it says find the missing dimension. Which dimension is missing? I am a fun teacher, Andrea. I have to be with. So let's see what we have, guys. We have height. We have breadth. And we have surface area. So what's missing? Length. Thank you. Does anyone have any idea how we're going to find the length? We are working backwards, Tammy. We are working backwards. So I'm going to write down the formula quickly. Surface area is 2 times length times breadth plus twice breadth times height plus twice length times height. Okay. Michael Jackson says division, divide. Okay, I see a lot of us saying divide. Now I'm going to ask you, what were we given? We were given surface area. Where am I going to substitute that in my formula? Where am I going to substitute that in my formula? And the SA. Tandalotu, what do you mean? So we've been given that surface area is 7,508. So we don't have to figure it out, right? We don't have to figure it out. Thank you, Abu. And then what else can I substitute? I can substitute height and I can substitute breadth. It's not the same thing. Look carefully, Tando. It's length times breadth, breadth times height, length times height. So they're different dimensions. Yes, Fatima? Hello? Oh, Fatima, you are unmuted, but I can't hear anything. Okay, just type it in the chat for now. We'll try again a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to substitute everywhere where I see height and breadth or H and B. I'm going to substitute 72 and 10. Okay, now 2 times. Do we have length? No, but my breadth is 10. Plus 2 times 10 times 72 plus 2 times. Do I have my length? Nope. But my height is 72. Okay, so far have we lost anyone? Has anyone lost yet? Before I continue, let's catch you quickly before we go too far. If you're lost, raise your hand right now and let's try and see where we have lost you. So now I've substituted, right? I'm going to leave the left-hand side 17508 equals. Okay, now I can't multiply the length, but I can multiply the 2 and the 10, can't I? What's 2 times 10, guys? What's 2 times 10? So we have 20 times length plus this one I can multiply fully because it's 2 times 10 times 72. And how much is that? 2 times 10 times 72. Thank you, Abu. 20 and 144. It's 144. So there we go. 1440 plus 2. Nope. The last one, I still can't multiply the length. Oh, that's what you meant. 144, I think. 72 times 2 is 72 times 2, 144 times length. Now I need someone to tell me where are we going to go from here? Way forward from here. No, she's like home. Add up plus 2L. Okay, yes. No, there's a lot going on. Add like terms. Okay, which ones are like terms? Let me highlight them. Which ones are our like terms? I agree with you. We are adding like terms. Abu says 1440 and 144, but remember Abu 144 has an L next to it. So is it a like term? 20L and 144L. Thank you, Gwena. So these two both have a L. Okay, so what am I going to do with this 1440? What am I going to do with this 1440? Leave it for now. Okay. Okay, for now, let me leave it. So what's 20 times length plus 144L? Oh, I see Tammy gave us a way forward there, but it's fine. I'll leave it for now. So we have 164 times L plus 1440. So now what do we do with it? Transpose. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to transpose the 1440. When it goes over, it becomes a negative 7508 minus 1440 equals 164 times length. And tell me what 7508 minus 1440. Oh, Palisa is already at the end. We are subtracting, remember, not adding. Oh, it is subtracting 60, 68. 6,006, yeah, 6,068. Oh, Lord. 164 times length. And then what? Final steps, guys. How did you get it, Abu? Tell us. There we go. Divide by 164 on both sides. Therefore, my length is 37 watt. What's my unit? Length is 34. Aibo, there we go, millimeters. Woo! Do we like that one? That one where we're going backwards? Whew. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we good? Did I lose anyone? If I lost anyone, raise your hand now. It is tough, but it's doable. I think, like, you know, I think teachers wouldn't be able to trick you guys specifically with this. Like, you'd be like, Nice, guys. I see so many thumbs up, and I'm loving it. Of course, I can't let you guys leave without, like, a proper. What happened to the L at 1440? There was no L. Remember? Ask Klulani. Remember, 1440 was 2 times breadth times height. We had our breadth and height. Can you see? So they did give us the breadth. The height was 72, which was the blue one, and the breadth was 10. So we didn't have an unknown for that specific part of the sum. It was just 2 times 10 times 72. Okay. I hope that made sense, Lulani. So the only ones that were left with the L was the first one and the second one. Okay. Everyone's saying I'm ghost. I knew it. Hey guys, what happened? Mission failed. Something evil lurking in the dark. Hey, you guys don't love me. Anyways. Everyone who said they're gonna be in the boat, you better help me answer this one. The inside of an Olympic-sized pool is to be painted on the inside. Calculate the surface area that has to be painted. Now we need to think logically. Do you see why I said you have to understand that formula? Okay, first we're going to convert. Let's convert. What are we converting to? What do you guys want to convert to? A unit that's going to make everything easier, please. Think about it carefully. Meters, guys. Imagine multiplying 2,000 with 5,000. Okay, so let's just make life easier for ourselves and convert it to meters. Now, how do we go from centimeters to meters? So 2,000 centimeters. How do we go from centimeters to meters? Guys, do we understand why we would not want to convert to centimeters? Centi means a century, which is how much? Is it 1,000? Think of century, centi. It's 100. So it's divided by 100, and that's going to give us 20 meters. And on this one, we have 5,000 centimeters divided by 100. It's going to give us 50 meters. Okay, we've converted. Okay, are we happy? 50 meters. Now, I want us to think about this carefully. What is this object supposed to be? A pool. Is a pool closed, guys? If you think of a pool, is it closed at the top? No. So one of our faces is not going to be part of the calculation. Okay, so which faces are we going to paint? We have front and back. We have the left and the right. And we have the bottom, but we do not have the top. Do you see what I mean, guys? This is why I said you had to understand that formula and not just cram it. Okay, so you shouldn't just cram it. So let's first label our length, breadth, and height. Our length for this pool, guys, remember left to right is the length. It's easy to remember. Oh, left to right length. There we go. So length is 25. Breadth is forward to back. Breadth forward to back. So which one is our breadth? Thank you very much, Saneliso. And our height is top to bottom. So which one is our height? Thank you very much. Now I'm going to say total surface area equals. Do we still have two of the front and back ones? Do we still have them? Yes, so I can say 2 times length times height. Are we with me? Do we see where I got that? Front is this one, length times height. Those are the dimensions of the one in front. So we still have 2 of them, so I'm sticking with the 2 times. Okay, plus left and right. Do we still have 2 of them? Yes, so 2 times left and right. Which dimensions am I using? Let me see if you guys can see which dimensions I'm using without me telling you. Let me just highlight it. So we're doing this guy, this and that. What are my dimensions for the left and right one? Thank you. Breadth times height. Or as Abu has nicely written for us, 20 times 50. That is correct, Abu. I just wanted the variables. Okay. Now, we said we only have the bottom one and we don't have the top one. So do I still say 2 times? Do you think I should still say 2 times? No. So I'm just going to say plus length times breadth. Whew. Do you see, guys? So Hlulani, the method you are using will probably be a bit more easier this time because you're just going to add 5 faces instead of having 6. Now let's substitute quickly and end this off nicely. So 2, and I actually have a trick question after this. I'm not done with you guys. 25 times 20 plus twice 50 times 20 plus 25 times 50. Okay, let's hear. What is my surface area? 4 to 50. Is it in centimeters, Abu? Look carefully. Thank you. Meters squared. Woo! No, suddenly so. Remember, the length times breadth was the one at the bottom, right? But because this is a pool, do we have an area of the top? Remember, the pool is opened at the bottom, right? So we do not have to say 2 times because it's only the one at the bottom. Okay. It's only the one at the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna ask, does this affect my volume formula? Does not having the lid affect the volume? I want to see what you guys say. I need more responses than 2 people. No, guys. Think of a cup, right? You know those cups that you take coffee in when you go to school? Does the amount of tea you fit in there change according to whether you put the lid on or not? Tanduleti, the question was, does this affect the volume? It does not affect the volume. If you just think of your cup, guys, whether, let's say you have a travel flask, they call it travel flasks, né? And you take tea to school every single day. If it has a lid and if it doesn't have a lid, does that affect how much tea you can fit in there? No, you're going to have the exact amount of tea whether or not you have a lid. So the volume formula does not change, but in this case, it is the capacity. So let us work out the capacity. We start with volume, which is length times breadth times height, and that'll give us 20 times 25 times 50. How much is my volume, guys? And I want the units as well. I want the units as well. This is an Olympic pool. It is 25. Me and reading numbers. Guys, you must leave spaces between three things. 0.000 meters cubed. Now, if I were to change that to capacity, first tell me would I change it to milliliters or kiloliters, and then tell me what it would be. Okay, kiloliters, and what would it be in kiloliters? So then the capacity is, thank you, 25,000 kiloliters. That's a lot of water just to swim.